Hello everyone, Andrea here with Bare Hand Wreaths, and today I'm going to show you how I make my 4-ribbon tree topper bow using an easy bow maker. Let's get started. First, we're going to use a 2.5-inch wired ribbon. We're going to make a 12-inch ribbon tail. So the easy bow maker only goes up to 8 inches, so measure 8 inches, grab it, and then pull it out another 4 inches, and that'll give you the 12-inch ribbon tail that you need. And we're going to make 7-inch loops. And then continue the 7-inch loop on the other side. Now this tree topper bow will work really well if you have a pencil tree, or if you have a Christmas tree up to 6 feet. If you have a tree that is larger than 6 feet, I would recommend making 2 of these just to give it that fuller look. So we're going to do 4 7-inch loops with our first ribbon. Now this ribbon is the same on both sides. So if you do have a ribbon that has a pattern on one side and then the other side is just kind of like your ugly side, you're going to want to twist before you make that second loop. So that way the pattern is facing up. So, just like that. My ribbon's getting tangled here. And then this tail will also match the others, 12 inches long. Okay, now I'm going to take a 1.5-inch ribbon, and I chose this sheer glitter print ribbon, and this is one side, so I'll show you guys how to do that twist. So just line up the tail with the 12-inch tail that you already have and press it down in there. And now this is also going to have a 7-inch loop. We're going to do 1 loop of this one on each side. And I'm just lining it up carefully. Okay, so this is the twist. When you get over here, you've got the good side facing up. You need to give it a twist so that the bad side is facing up and the good side's facing down. That way, whenever you bring it back over, your pattern is facing upward. Press it down nice and tight. And cut your tail. All right, the next ribbon I chose is this really fun, whimsical candy cane in spearmint pattern ribbon. 12-inch tail again. Now for this ribbon, for your third ribbon, you're going to do 6-inch loops, and we're going to do 2 6-inch loops on both sides. Just kind of move that out of the way there so you can see. Take it to 6-inch and press it down. Again, with the one-sided ribbon, give it a nice twist, nice and tight. That side facing down, and the good side facing upward. And we'll repeat that one more time to get this 2 loops on each side. you'll notice as you add more ribbon, it starts to want to start coming loose in your Easy Bow Maker. So you'll have to occasionally press it all back down because you want to make sure it stays nice and tight. Okay, now with my last ribbon choice, I'm using another 2.5 inch Santa Claus, and these are all wired. It's very important that they are all wired. Otherwise, if it's not wired, it's going to be really floppy. It will not hold its shape. So for this one, we're going to do 1 loop on each side, 6 inches. One loop. For my Christmas tree topper bows, I do like to mix pattern with solids. I think it helps the pattern ribbon stand out and pop. But of course you can use any ribbon that you like. Measuring to 6 inches. Press down nice and tight. And give it your 12-inch tail. Okay, for the next step, this is kind of something that you don't see very often, and I think it makes my bows more unique, is I'm going to be adding another bow on top of this, just to give it more volume, more, just a more unique look. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the candy cane. So what we're going to do here is we are going to, it's going to be about a 5-inch tail. 5-inch tail. And this tail is going to be pointing upward. I don't know if you can see that. Pointing up to the top of the bow. And then I'm going to do a 5-inch loop. Press it down, and then again we're going to push that one forward towards the top as well. What we're doing here is we're creating like an X with our ribbon. So give that a nice twist, and then another 5-inch loop. And you can kind of see what's going on here is that I'm making an X. So I have the 2 loops diagonal from each other, and then I'm going to do another 5-inch tail that is diagonal from the other tail that we have facing the top, and trim it up. And then we're going to do the same with the red glitter ribbon that I have, the 1.5 inch. But this time we're going to do it the opposite. So we have our tail here coming out to the right. So the red tail, we want it to come sticking out on the opposite side, about 5 inches. And do another 5-inch loop. This allows you to still see both ribbons. This is a very, very fun way to give your tree that whimsical look. And I also think that it gives it a more of a designer look as well. Now I have a 6-foot pencil tree in my home, so I only need one of these bows. But like I mentioned earlier, if you have a large Christmas tree greater than 6 feet, I would recommend making 2 of these and tying both of them up at the top next to each other just to give it a really full look. Now I'm just reaching over here to get a zip tie. I like to secure mine with a zip tie and then add a pipe cleaner to it. A lot of people use floral wire, and floral wire for me is like my worst enemy. It just does not work out for me. So I use a zip tie. I think it just lasts longer. So press it all down together and secure it nice and tight with your zip tie. So I pull the buckle to the back of it, and what I mean by the buckle is this square piece right here. I pull it to the back, and I'm just pulling it nice and tight. Now we're going to fluff it. Okay, so to fluff out your bow, just give each loop a nice little tug. Just stick your hand in there and just kind of open those loops up nice and wide. Try to give each loop that opportunity to be seen. Just trying to pull them all apart. You'll see gradually that it just kind of just becomes really full. Pull all your ribbon tails to the front. There you have it. I did go ahead and give all of my ends that dovetail trim. You can see, and I did the top as well. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed today's tutorial, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you would like to see more video tutorials or holiday decor inspiration, be sure to like and follow my page. Until next time, bye guys.